Hello, this is Chiak, and we are playing Nancy Drew, the Haunted Carousel. I originally was going to play a different game, but while playing, I realized it was much more suited for Saturday LP. So very quickly, since I have so many Nancy Drew games still in the to-do list, I decided to do a Nancy Drew game. So, just to let you know, I recorded 6 sets of this, and I discovered that while the audio recorded, the video was black. I guess the OBS couldn't do game capture. This is a much older game, so I'm going to assume the reason why. So that's why monitor capture has to be the way to go. So I guess it's going to be either way. I recorded more sets than I actually needed to, forgetting that I still have the 2 still live sets that to end for this week. So let's see how long it takes to get through the 6 sets much quicker this time.
Welcome to my latest case, the Haunted Carousel. To start playing, choose either Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Tutorial. Dear Ned, well,
Senior.
Here I am at Captain's Cove Amusement Park, about to try to figure out what's behind all the weird things that have been happening here lately. First, a horse just disappeared off the carousel one night. Then, a little later, the carousel started spinning around all by itself in the dead of night, as if it was haunted or something. And then, last week, the roller coaster suddenly stopped in mid-ride for no apparent reason. Nobody was seriously hurt, but the park was shut down until the city knows for sure what caused the accident. I'm here because Paula Santos, the park's owner, is a friend of Dad's. She's putting me up at the Captain's Quarters Hotel, which is next to the park. I'm supposed to head over there right now and meet with a security guard named Harlan Bishop. I hope I don't let Paula down. Wish me luck. Ever yours, Nancy. P.S. There's a rumor going around that the park is cursed. Creepy, huh?
Okay. And yeah, this is our this is our cell phone, you guys. The so old, so very, very old cell phone. So we're gonna call Paula Santos and see just to confirm with the boss that we're in. We got this.
Paula Santos.
Hello, Miss Santos. It's Nancy Drew.
Hello. Have you been out to the park?
No, not yet. I thought I'd check in with you first.
You're all set. I told the guard at the main gate to keep an eye out for you. His name's Harlan Bishop. All the rides are shut down except for the carousel. I thought you might need to see it in action, but please, take a good look at the roller coaster even if you can't ride it.
What did the police find when they looked at it?
They looked around for 5 minutes, then left. Said as long as the insurance company was going to investigate, why should they?
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious about that, because if no one was seriously injured on the ride, like, and then there's no, I mean, unless you have, will they investigate anyway to see if things are tampered with, or do they investigate upon the insurance company's findings? I'm just curious. I don't know.
So I can get into the park through the main gate?
Harlan will be watching for you. Oh, and from now on, call me Paula.
All right. Goodbye, Paula.
Okay. So besides that, let's gonna have a look around. That's the phone. So we have our laptop here. There's the journal that kind of goes over what's happened in the investigation. The things to do list, which I'm somewhat confused because we chose Senior Detective, but maybe things are different in comparison to what it was before, to what I'm used to. Because this is, what is this, the 6th, 8th game in the series? Have to double check. And then we have, welcome Nancy Drew. Thank you for your subscription to Sassy Detective Online, the electronic tip service for the modern detective. Check your inbox often. Tips will be arriving almost as fast as you can read them. Subscription department, Sassy Detective Online. And then there's a flag game, which I don't know if that's going to play any importance at all, but...
A room service menu. All right.
Then we have the menu here. So we have the pasta and veggie platter. Includes pen pasta tossed with sliced mushrooms. Let's see, we got the hamburger, and then we got the dessert. Captain's Cove Fun Day. 6 layers of sheer heaven served with your very own collectible souvenir. chocolate chip brownie, layered with ice cream, banana chunks, nuts, whipped cream, and topped with triple thick hot fudge. Can't grab that. And I think... how do I... Okay, sorry. Let's just see if there's anything else. Alright.
Rolf Kessler.
For seaside fun and excitement, Captain's Cove Amusement Park. Nothing in New Jersey beats Captain Cove's Amusement Park. One of the first rides at the park was a carousel created by famed woodcarver Rolf Kessler. Completed in 1914, the carousel and its band organ are still operational to this day. Carousel connoisseurs swear that riding one of the wild-eyed steeds that Kessler carved is an experience that borders on eerie. And the various rides. It's a rather small park, I have to say. And then here we got an ironing board, which will come in much later. Can only assume.
Will the young lady who just entered the park please turn immediately and enter the whale's mouth directly to her left? Thank you.
Well, from the way you just marched right on in here past all those sorry we're closed signs, you're either who I think you are or you're one determined gatecrasher.
Now, frankly, in my opinion, if people aren't going to read those signs, honestly. If you ever work in like any sort of retail or anything like that, people just don't read signs. So with the gate open, people will literally just walk right in. Anyway.
You must be Harlan. Paula Santos said you'd be expecting me.
Which means you must be Nancy Drew, famous teen detective.
And you're the security guard. The only security guard, sounds like.
I begged Miss Santos to keep me on while the park's closed. Even agreed to a pay cut.
You must really like your job.
I've only worked here for a couple of weeks. I figured staying on while the park was closed would help me get up to speed on all the equipment and such.
Where did you work before you came here?
Oh, I worked in a store, department store, you know, as a security guard. In Flemington, not around here.
Okay, sorry, I'm like trying to step by step follow the conversation choices that I chose last time. This I don't remember.
How seriously do you think the police are taking this haunting stuff?
Somebody swiped a horse off a carousel and now it's malfunctioning. The police don't think it's that big a deal, and frankly, neither do I.
What about the roller coaster?
Accidents happen. Of course, Ingrid will tell you that these so-called accidents are really the result of the park's karma getting bent out of shape by negative energy, or some such gobbledygook.
Who's Ingrid?
Ingrid Corey. You'll probably meet her. She's working during the shutdown, too. She's the park's chief engineer. Believes in all this wacky new age psychobiogenic stuff. Like if you eat food served by a waiter who's in a bad mood, you'll get scurvy or something.
Is anyone else in the park now?
Elliot Chen, he's the art director. Hardly ever see him. Busy guy. And Joy Trent, park bookkeeper. In fact, she's your next stop.
She is?
Miss Santos's orders. Joy pays all the bills, so she knows pretty much everything that's going on. Plus, she'll give you an access card. Miss Santos wants you to have the run of the place.
That would certainly help.
Wait, hang on. I know Joy won't give you one of these, so I will. Here you go. It's a Captain's Cove fun card. Lets you ride the rides and play the games on the midway.
Oh, okay, let's take the
Come
card.
back to me if you burn through that one and need another.
All right.
Why wouldn't Joy give me one of these?
Well, see, Joy's just kinda joyless. It'd never occur to her that you might want to have some fun while you're here. Of course, she's a newbie too, like me. Maybe she'll come around. Anyway, here's a map of the park. I put an X where Joy's office is.
I see you have a security camera trained on the carousel. Does that mean you got the theft of that carousel horse on tape?
We didn't start monitoring the carousel until after the theft, but we do have one of those so-called hauntings on tape. Want to see it?
That'd be great!
I got the tape right here, all queued up. I played it for the police. Like I said before, they weren't real impressed. There's no sound, on the tape at least. The band organ started up when the carousel did. Stayed on for about 30 seconds, then stopped.
Okay.
Did you notice that burst of static just before the carousel started to turn?
Probably just a glitch in the tape. We use them over and over.
Have you tried to prove your screwed-up wiring theory?
I ain't no cop. But now that you're here, maybe you can prove it for me.
I'll see you around.
Knock 'em dead.
Okay. And with that, just to know what you can look at.
The phone number for the police. That might come in handy.
Okay. Let's back out. There's this area here, which for right now, I don't think we can do anything yet. I haven't come across that. There's the lockers, but obviously we can't. Oh, I never actually opened this one up. But we don't need to at the current moment. Otherwise, there's nothing else in here, so we're going to meet Joy, who is joyless.
Hello, are you Nancy?
That's right, I'm Nancy Drew. So Ms. Santos has filled you in?
Yes, although I don't know who she thinks she's fooling.
What do you mean?
You're only here because it makes it look like Paula Santos had nothing to do with any of this cursed garbage.
Are you saying she did have something to do with it?
I've seen how Paula runs the park. All she wants is to get more and more people through that gate. And what better way to do that than with a carousel that's allegedly haunted?
But why would she sabotage the roller coaster? She can't make any money with the park shut down.
She probably just didn't know the park would be shut down.
Have you ever confronted Ms. Santos with your suspicions?
Of course not. I don't want to get fired. Besides, nobody's been hurt. Except that glorified con artist who claims his neck got injured, Lance Huffington. And the truth is, Paula offered me this job because she knew I needed the money. And I'm not entirely ungrateful. My father died recently. His estate is in bankruptcy. He used to be co-owner of the park. 2 years ago, he suffered a huge financial setback, and he had to sell his share to Paula. When he died 2 months ago, he was flat broke. Paula could have bailed him out, but she didn't. Frankly, I think the reason she hired me was guilt.
Okay. Be that as it may.
Be that as it may, I'd still like to talk to some of the other employees.
Of course. But before I forget, here's your access card. That should get you into all the private areas of the park. But if you run into problems, don't come to me. Ask the chief engineer, Ingrid Corey. Her office is by the haunted house. The only other people in the park right now are Harlan Bishop and the art director, Elliot Chin. His studio is right by the treasure chest souvenir shop. But try not to bug him.
Does he not like to be disturbed?
He's behind in his work and needs to catch up. Ms. Santos has been getting on my case about it. Well, I think you have everything, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh, right. Thanks for all your help. Sorry if I disturbed you.
Okay. And so with that...
Okay if I peek in here?
Go ahead and look around. Excuse all the clutter. I'm still trying to get this place organized.
I'm going to have to reread a lot of stuff.
Looks like stenography. It's a memo about one of the carousel horses being sold. I wonder which horse.
To Marty Glazer, Art Department, Milton Fowler, July 14th. CCAP has agreed to sell the horse named Blank. The horse will be removed from the ride on August 3rd, therefore it must be replaced immediately. Please find out how much this will cost and when you can deliver it. I need this information by the end of Thursday M. Okay. Then we can just look at Sheldon's Galaxy Ballroom. Let's see, I'm just trying to remember what in the world. We can click here. The original Sheldon Rousseau Galaxy Ballroom.
The haunted house used to be a ballroom. How's that for irony?
And frankly, I don't understand how the haunted house used to being a ballroom, how ironic it is. Unless it's supposed to be a reference to, like, the haunted house at Disneyland? I don't know. Victims of coaster accident files $1 million lawsuit against park. Lance Huffington, 37, is suing the Captain's Cove Amusement Park for $1 million as a result of neck injuries he allegedly suffered while riding the roller coaster at the park last week. Huffington, a salesperson at Matey's pre-owned car company, was a passenger on the Tidal Terror roller coaster when it suddenly lost power, slid backwards, and stopped. He claims that the sudden stop caused his head to snap backwards then forwards, and that this whiplash effect caused severe trauma to soft tissue in his neck. The lawsuit seeks compensation for medical costs, pain and suffering, and emotional distress. Police say that no injuries, including Huffington's, were reported at the time of the incident. Huffington alleges that it's not uncommon for whiplash victims to be unaware of their injuries until later. The next day, that's when it hit me. I woke up and I couldn't move. The pain was so bad, said Huffington. It's still bad, and the doctors say I may have to wear this neck brace for the rest of my life. I'm not trying to soak anybody, I just want what's fair. The owner of the park, Paul Dos Santos, declined to comment on the lawsuit. The park was closed immediately after the accident to allow a thorough inspection of the roller coaster. The cause of the accident has still not been determined. Okay, now we still got some more stuff here. Blast off and a night rocket. So I'm assuming that's a defunct ride because I don't remember seeing it.
Maybe I should give Detective Paris a call.
Parkgoer finds hidden treasure at Captain Cove. The Orbiter...
Hidden jewels. Maybe that's what whoever stole that carousel horse was after. Jewels from that heist.
The Orbiter turned into Mike DeSale's favorite amusement park ride yesterday when he found close to $50,000 worth of jewelry hidden in the padding that lines the ride's backrest. I felt something sharp when I strapped in, said 19-year-old DeSale. By the time the ride was over, I thought for sure whatever it was had totally stuck itself into my shoulder. Assuming someone had placed rocks in the padding as a joke, DeSale examined the backrest, found a small slit at its top edge, and through it managed to pull out the offending objects: 3 necklaces, a pearl necklace, and 2 jewel-studded gold bracelets. I knew they were real right away, he said. Fakes just don't sparkle like that. He turned his find over to the police, who quickly discovered that the jewelry was indeed real. It had been among the items stolen when the thief broke into the safe at the Captain's Quarters Hotel 3 years ago. Despite the fact that the man suspected of the theft is currently serving time in the state penitentiary for an unrelated crime, none of the stolen items have ever been found until yesterday. The man in charge of the investigation 3 years ago, veteran police detective K.J. Paris, recalls that the thief made his getaway by running through the park. Paris now suspects that the reason the loot has never turned up is because the thief stashed the jewelry in various places throughout the park, so he could return for it days, months, even years later. For his honesty, DeSale received a $2,000 reward from Warwick Insurance Company and a lifetime certificate for a room at the Captain's Quarters Hotel. Some pretty valuable stuff could still be hidden in the park, Paris said, but before people start tearing up the rides looking for it, they should be advised that I'll be watching. Okay, and that's it. So, still got some time left. With that, I said we just do Halloween. I did Ingrid first last time, but...
Hang on, I'll be right with you.
Take your time. Uh-oh.
Out. And do not come back unless and until Joy Trent calls me. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And then let's go to Ingrid, who is right here.
Looking for someone?
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm trying to help Ms. Santos figure out why so many weird things have been happening around here lately. Do you have time to talk?
Sure. Oh my, you've got B3 issues.
I do?
Vitamin B3, niacin. The vibe you're giving off tells me you're low. Nothing that some natural peanut butter on a slice of whole wheat bread once a day won't fix.
Thanks for the advice. How long have you worked here?
A little less than 2 years. I started out in maintenance and worked my way up. I've held the supervisory position for the last 10 months.
Miss Santos asked me to figure out why weird things have been happening around here lately.
What's to figure out? Someone stole a horse off the carousel and now the park is cursed.
Why would someone steal a carousel horse?
Money. I hear they can be very valuable.
Could I see the blueprints of the roller coaster so you can show me exactly where on the track it stopped?
I've looked all over for those blueprints and can't find them anywhere. I'm sure one of the other engineers knows where they are, but I'm afraid I don't. Sorry.
How well do you know Harlan Bishop?
I know he's an ex-bouncer from Trenton. I also know it drives him nuts that this is one of the few places in the park he doesn't have a key for.
Do you mind having to work during the shutdown?
Not a bit. Keeping those card readers functioning is practically a full-time job all by itself. Plus, I happen to adore my job.
Thanks for your help.
No big deal.
Okay, so let's see. Can't remember if there's anything around here. We don't need to look at that. There's a car magazine, a hybrid car. I don't think, yeah, I really don't think there's actually anything else that I need to look at. Okay, so with that, I'd say we head to Joy Trenton.
Who are you, and what are you doing?
Who said that?
I said that. Over here, on top of the cabinet.
I also realized that I'm out of time. So thank you for liking if you like. Thank you for commenting if you commented. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribe. Thank you for favoriting if you favorited. And thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys. See ya!